Welcome back to another episode of the AJ Sports Podcast. I am your host, Anthony Carboni, and to my left is Justin Vilche. All right, NHL playoffs coming up pretty soon. We are 3 weeks away from starting. Some of the teams have clinched, others are getting close, and a lot of the other teams have fallen out, and we know who's probably going to make playoffs. But, Justin, how you doing, my man?
Yo, bro, how are you doing?
Good, bro. I'm good. I'm excited for these playoffs, bro. We're coming this close, man. My exams are almost done too, so like playoffs are just going to be
Oh,
thrown on the TV all night long, bro.
sick.
Cannot wait for that.
Bro. Here we go. Bro, that's good. Yes, bro. Hockey playoffs coming. Stressing about fantasy hockey playoffs, bro. It's just
Yeah,
it's
me and
just like
me are competing right now. You got you came second in the league and you're playing third seed. I got first, so I'm playing the fourth seed. Could
so
be
we'll
me
see.
and you in the final.
Could be. Could be. We'll see though. We'll see. We'll see though. Tonight's night one, so huge night tonight actually. But we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. So let's start off by talking about the Toronto Maple Leafs here. They had a over this past week, they lose to the Devils last Tuesday after a loss to the Hurricanes. I think we talked about that. Then they come back home, beat the Capitals 5-1, and then they shut out the Sabres. Now that Buffalo game, I was watching that game. That was incredible. That was a really good game.
Matthews, bro. The way, bro. The way
Six,
now.
he's
Six.
joined, he joined a really good group. I think
Yes.
Mike Bossy, Wayne Gretzky, like Brett Hall, all those guys. I think he became the ninth player in NHL history to record multiple 60-goal seasons.
Like that's just insane. And like the fact that like you could just tell by the way he celebrated that 60 goals is like he really wants the 70 now.
Did
Like,
something like this and then just like
yeah,
threw it all
like
the way in.
he's just like, bro, bro, and especially for fantasy hockey, bro. Like, I need this man, bro. So like, I just need him to like keep shooting the
You
puck,
need him,
bro.
bro.
Bro,
I
keep
mean,
shooting.
I think with 9 games left, can he hit 70? Probably not. He's gonna need like maybe like get him like 3 hat tricks, maybe. I think they
Yeah,
play
like, yo,
they got a tough schedule. I mean, they got Florida and Tampa this week. By the way, Justin and I are going to the Tampa Bay game on Wednesday.
we will be
We
there,
in the building for that, so that should be fun. Then they're in
bro.
Montreal. I don't know. Could Matthews do it? Probably. I
I
mean,
think, I mean, bro, he has
I
to,
would
bro.
love to see it. Like Matthews is a good player, but will he
Yeah,
do it? I don't know. But now, yeah, the Leafs, they had a good game against Buffalo. It looked like they were the home team. It sounded like they were the home team in Buffalo, clearly, based off all the Leafs fans that were there. They were chanting "Sick,
yeah,
go Leafs, go!" Like Buffalo's just a joke, man. Like they're just like they're not gonna make playoffs for like what another like this is another the 12th year in a row or something, bro. Like they just
yeah. It's
haven't
really,
made the playoffs long.
it's really sad. Like even like when the Sens go there, like even Ottawa Senators fans like go to Buffalo and they still like pack the stadium. Like
And
it's like,
Montreal fans, bro, every single
no,
time.
like
It's
bro,
never Buffalo fans running that building.
yeah. And it's like, dude, like, come on, man. Like Buffalo Sabres fans, like y'all gotta stand up for yourself, bro. Like, there's no way you're gonna let these like Canadian teams just come in to your own barn in the KeyBank Center and then just like dominate you in like fans wise. And then let alone the Leafs just dominate you guys on the ice too. Like, bro, come on. Sammy shutout, Matthews goal, everything was lively. Leafs were cooking that night. Am I still sold? It was a very good game. Am I sold on them? No. But I mean, that was a good win.
Oh,
So
man, you're such a shitty fan, bro. You know what, you like, what is this? You're not sold on your team?
bro,
How,
I'm
bro? They're
bro,
doing good. They're doing this without Riley and Marner. So,
we know my take on both of those guys. But bro, I'm not a shitty fan. I'm just a realistic fan. Okay. I'm not a delusional Leaf fan on Twitter. Okay. Like I actually speak the truth. Okay. So
wait,
bro,
it's not the Leafs year this year? You're telling me it's not their year?
it's not. It's okay. I'll literally tell you on camera. It's not the Leafs here, but it's okay. It's okay.
Well, they had an impressive win against Buffalo. So the next, I want to say 3 games are against divisional rivals. Tonight against Florida. So with that, they have a chance to officially clinch their ticket to make the playoffs. So I'm reading this here. The Maple Leafs will clinch a playoff spot if they defeat the Florida Panthers in regulation and both of the following occur. Detroit lose to Tampa Bay in regulation, and any result of the Islanders Flyers game other than Islanders win in overtime. or they defeat the Panthers in overtime or shootout, and both of the following occur. The Red Wings lose in regulation, and any result of the Islanders-Flyers game other than the Islanders win in overtime or shootout. Like, what? That doesn't even make any sense.
Okay.
That's just why does it matter if they win in regulation or shootout? I
Because
guess
that extra
maybe because of what?
it's because of the extra point. Like if the team gets that extra point, then they're still technically they can still technically pass the Leafs. Like,
Oh,
but
Florida already got the extra. Florida's already clinched a spot. How does that make sense? So
I
they
know, but the Leafs could like somehow like drop into like the wild card spot, and then like the Red Wings could like pass the Leafs somehow. It's like yeah, it's really
sure
confusing.
mathematically, I'm pretty sure. I mean, tonight we're going to talk about Detroit's game, but like, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure the Leafs can.
bro.
I'm pretty sure even if the Leafs lose, I'm sure they'll be able to clinch by Saturday. I'm pretty sure we'll have
Yeah,
most of the clinched. But
yeah.
do you think the Leafs? What do you think? What do you think? Do you think the Leafs will win today against the Panthers at home?
Do they win? To be honest, no. And then they're just gonna make excuses about not having Riley, and it's gonna be another lesson that they take, and not having Marner. Then they're gonna have like a conference, like a meeting tomorrow at practice. It's the
This
same
is
thing,
gonna
bro.
feel like a playoff. This is gonna feel like a playoff game because this could potentially be
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
first one. Now the
yeah.
Leafs are. I think if with a win today, the Leafs will be 4 points back with a game in hand on Florida, so they could still fight for home ice advantage. They could still try. Will they get it though? I don't know. It all depends on today's game. I think because
Yeah,
Florida is like they're pulling ahead.
I literally don't care about home ice advantage. Like in bro, the postseason, like bro, a home ice advantage literally does not mean anything unless you're the Carolina Hurricanes. Like, bro, Leafs, bro, remember last year, bro, the Leafs were like 1-5 at home. And then they were like cruising on the road. So it's like, dude, I really don't care. Like they can play first
Is
game
it
in
really
Boston.
1-5 at home?
Do you remember like they just did not win like they were like struggling at home and they only won like one
Yeah,
game.
they won game 2 against Tampa Bay,
Yeah.
and I think they won the rest of their games on the road. And
Yeah.
yeah, they did.
Like,
Wow.
bro, it's just like, dude, come on. Like, I don't care about home ice, bro. Like, I've seen
That's
it
what
too
I don't
many times.
understand. How do you play worse in your own barn with your own fans? I don't understand that.
Bro, I've seen it too many times, bro, where teams will just like flop at home in the playoffs and then go on the road and just play like the best hockey of their like lives. So it's like, dude, I really don't care. Like,
Well,
bro,
are you happy that the Leafs are not playing Tampa Bay for a third straight year now?
uh, I would have rather them play Tampa Bay than Boston or Florida.
What are you talking about? I'd rather play the Bruins, bro.
God,
Come
bro,
on.
come on, bro.
Tampa Bay could make some noise in the
Yeah,
playoffs,
bro,
dude.
we already beat the Lightning last year, bro. I'm more confident beating the Lightning than the Bruins, bro. Because the Bruins, bro, even during regular season, we struggle against these mans, bro. Like,
Yeah, they lost
come
all 4 games. Apparently, it's been 2 Easters since the Leafs have beaten the Bruins,
on,
from what I saw.
like,
It's a pretty funny stat. It's been a while since they beat Boston.
it's
Just
been a
always
pretty.
has their number. But I would love to see Tampa Bay versus Florida round one, and then Boston Toronto round one. That would be my ideal Atlantic Division matchups in the playoffs. I mean, just entertainment wise, it'll produce the best hockey probably
For a
in the
new,
playoffs.
yeah, even for a neutral fan, like that would be like the best rivalry series. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see in the next coming weeks.
So the teams that have clinched the playoff spot are, like we said, the Boston Bruins, who have 101 points. We'll go through the Atlantic Division first. So Boston clinched, Florida clinched. Florida with a game in hand. They're going to play tonight against the Leafs. They could pass the Bruins for first in the Atlantic. The Rangers and the Hurricanes also clinch, putting a huge gap between Carolina Metropolitan Division, second spot, second rank. And then in third is Washington, who passed the Flyers the other day. But they have 82 points. There's a 19-point difference in the
Yeah,
standings between the second Metropolitan Division rank and the third Metropolitan spot. Justin, why is the Metropolitan Division like garbage? Why is it garbage?
I think it's due to the fact that like the Rangers and Hurricanes are just like they're just so much
We
better.
have to see that. We have to see that round two. We have to see that
Yeah, yeah.
matchup.
Nah, that has to be the round two matchup.
Because
Because
I
I don't
think the
know.
winner of that series goes to the final. Has
Yeah,
to.
yeah, I can see that. I think it's just because like okay, we both of us thought before the season the Capitals were not going to make the playoffs. We both thought the Flyers were not going to be a good hockey team. We both thought, okay, the Jackets were trash. We both thought the Islanders were like not great, but they were mediocre. Like that's
I've never been sold on the
yeah. So it's like it just the metropolitan that's just how the division is. Like we both knew okay, Hurricanes, Rangers, those are your top two teams.
At
But
least, I mean, Pittsburgh acquiring Eric Carlson, and then the Devils having the
yeah,
year they had last year. I'd assume they'd be like in the hunt for the playoffs, but it
yeah.
doesn't look like they're gonna be anymore.
I think like the Rangers and Hurricanes are just like superior to like the other teams in the Metro, which it clearly shows now. But I don't know. I just
Clearly,
think it's like the way I think it's just like the way that they're built and like the way that they play, the Rangers and the Hurricanes. Like they're both very tough teams. They both score a ton of goals. The Hurricanes can score goals on their day. Let me just make that clear. They're both defensively sound. Meanwhile, the Caps, they can see a lot of goals. They don't really score much, but they win games that they need, right? The Islanders don't really score much. The Blue Jackets are just trash, right? Like, let's just be honest. So I just
yeah,
think like
Columbus, man, something needs to change over there. Like
yeah, it's
clearly,
really bad out there. Like, bro, you got Goudreau,
but yeah, you're
trash.
right. Hurricanes just they have a really good style of hockey. They
Just
both play.
how they play. Like,
Laviolette came in the season, like after a tough first round loss, game 7 to the Devils. Gerard Gallant got fired, and Laviolette comes in and he's just thrived under coaching this team, who might win the President's Trophy this year. Could win the Jack Adams as well for him for Laviolette, but they've been a really good team. Carolina as well has like with the additions they made at the deadline, like I could see them winning the cup. It's literally Rangers or Hurricanes that are go to the cup final in the East. I cannot see another team like beating one of
yes.
those. I know Florida's good, but like I think against the Hurricanes in a rematch, I think the Hurricanes got them here. Boston, I feel like Boston are Fugazis anyway. Like I just don't think that they are as good as
That's Pope.
Carolina or the Rangers.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Like I just don't see any team in the Atlantic Division alone beating any of like the Rangers or the Hurricanes. Like I just
I'm
don't see
taking
it.
Zibanejad and Trocheck over any of Boston centers. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
like come on. Like it's not like it's not even a question. And if a Metro team doesn't make it to the final, like okay, the Hurricanes have been through this where like they just can't get past the second round. It's only a matter of time. The Rangers, it's only a matter of time sooner or later that they eventually go on a cup
oh,
run. Like come
oh,
on.
listen, I think the dark days are coming to New York soon. I think this is like they have to do it here. They have so many UFAs coming up in the next couple years, bro. It's it's that time. This is like the closest chance they have at winning the cup they probably will have from now until I don't know a couple years, because Shesterkin's gonna be a UFA soon. Couple years down, Panarin, like the time is now. I feel like the dark days in New York are gonna come sooner than we expect, and I truly think that this is their best shot at winning the Stanley Cup. It has to be.
I don't think dark times will be sooner than later because again, remember they had a rebuild that was really quick. Like remember they weren't great, and then after a couple years they were like all of a sudden good. So I think, like yeah, sure, okay, you have UFAs pending eventually, right? Which is whatever, but you could always still resign them. Like Shesty, you could probably still resign. You still have
They're
okay,
probably
Panarin, Vanajad, but you still have guys like Lafreniere who's still going to be there, Keandre Miller who's still going to be there. If they want to get Capo Caco playing, like I still don't know what's happening with that. They still have like
probably
Russell,
it's
who's
just
still somewhat
not.
of a decent age. So it's like they still have Truba, which is fine, and Braden Schneider. So I mean, if some guys go, I think they still have the young guys and the young pieces to help with that Rangers team along the future. So I don't think dark days are near, but I think they should really go like
This is their
go
best
go.
chance. This has to be their best chance of winning the cup, man. It has to be. But a guy who's really stepped it up that we thought was going to be a bust, Alexi Lafreniere, last game recorded his first career hat trick against the Coyotes. He had 5 points in that contest. He's been picking up his game recently, which is nice to see because we all thought he wasn't he we all thought he was just, he was
Yeah,
good in the juniors, comes into the NHL, has a pretty rough 2 years, and then now he's starting to find his game.
which is good. I mean, I want him to succeed. Like remember, it was close for the Leafs to get the first overall pick. I don't know if you remember that. The ball was
I
like,
do remember.
but no, Lafreniere, I like him as a player, so I hope he succeeds. And plus, I have nothing against the Rangers anyway. So I mean, like even if the Rangers do well, like it's fine. So I mean, I don't really care, But
So let's move on to the Western Conference. We already talked about all the Eastern Conference clinching. Actually, before that, so the Leafs can clinch. Tampa Bay should be able to clinch within a couple games, and then the third Metro spot will be up for grabs, I think, and that
yeah,
second wild card. against Detroit. Oh, big matchup tonight. Detroit, Tampa Bay. That's going to be
Yes.
huge. This will probably be Detroit's like last chance at trying to make the playoffs. They need a win here against Tampa Bay. In Tampa Bay, they need this win. They have to win. Otherwise, their season they're probably not going to make it. I'd assume because I
Yeah.
think there's let me Google their schedule quickly. I know it's not like I think they were just on like their really tough stretch because they lost to the Hurricanes like 4-0. They played they lost to the Capitals in that really important game we were talking about. Then they get shut out by the Canes. They lose in the shootout to the Panthers. That's tough. And then
Mhm.
they're playing the Lightning tonight, and then they play Friday against the Rangers. So it's just
Doesn't get any
you know
easier.
doesn't
Yo.
doesn't get it. They host the Sabres on Sunday, and then they play the Capitals, and then they've got a couple more games. So realistically, this game against Tampa Bay they have to go in there to win this game. Otherwise, I don't see them making it.
Yeah,
I mean,
again,
this is their best chance because the Flyers have been struggling. They've lost 4 in a row too.
yeah,
Like they
Flyers, dude,
haven't they
close to Hawks.
either.
Yeah, dude, Detroit need this win badly. Like they've lost, I think, like 9 games on the road, like in a row, and it's like that's just not gonna cut it. So, and
Yeah,
even if they win today, like a huge, massive statement win if they win tonight in Tampa Bay, like that's like,
I think they'll pass the Flyers too because of the goal differential too.
yeah. So it's like, dude, pivotal game today. Like Patrick Kane, like again, veteran in there, he has to hype the guys up. Like this is our chance. Like he's got to get the guys going. Larkin, he's got to get the guys going. Like, come on, man. Like massive. I can't emphasize it enough. Like Red Wings, let's go Red Wings. Like, come on. Like, please. Let's go. Come on.
I want to see them in the playoffs again.
Yeah.
That
Like,
would
come
be
on. Come on, man.
them versus the Rangers round one would be a good series.
That would be a very good series. Come on, do it for Detroit, man. Come on.
But yeah, let's move on to I want to say yeah, let's move on to the Western Conference now. So we all know the Dallas Stars clinch. It looks like they're running away with that
That's so true.
division title. Sorry. They've
Bro,
won 7 in a row. They've won 7 games in a row. 103 points. And bro, like they're dominating. They are dominating right now. I'm looking at their last couple games. Let me pull this up quickly right
the
now.
Canucks, which I mean, the Canucks are
They did.
frauds. And
Yeah, but we've been saying the Canucks are frauds for like I don't know how many like months we've been saying that.
oh,
But look, after they lost to the Devils, I think like 3 weeks ago. I think it was
yeah.
6-2. I'm like 6-2. Ever since then, they've went on a roll. They beat the Kings, they beat the Coyotes, they beat the Penguins, the Coyotes again. The Shark. I mean, they have been playing kind of bad teams, but still going into Vancouver and beating Vancouver in Vancouver 3-1, then shutting the door against the Kraken. The real test is Wednesday against Edmonton, so that'll be a really good game. But the Dallas Stars are on a heater right now, and it looks like they're probably going to take the division.
Which will be interesting because them against the Predators in the first round. Well, if it happens, like
They would
obviously,
they would play the Kings right now.
yeah, but like again, that's a I think Stars win that. But like if a Stars Predators first round matchup would be a
That would
very
be
good.
really.
I would like that series would be so I don't even know the word. Like, bro, that would just be such like a
That
cool
would
thing.
bang. Like that
Oh
would be a
yeah,
really good.
that would bang. Like, I still think the Stars would win, but like, bro, that would just be like an insane matchup. Like, Andre against Saros, like, bro, come on, like, give me that.
So they end up clinching. The Colorado Avalanche also end up clinching as well. They have a game in
Yeah,
hand on the Dallas Stars. After I think who did they lost to the Rangers and the Habs.
yeah,
Yeah, they lost to the Rangers and the Habs, and then they come back and beat Nashville in a statement win, 7-4. And now I think they're playing tonight as well against the Blue Jackets in Columbus. I'm sure they're gonna get the win,
they
but
should.
the
Who
Avs
knows?
clinch. The Canucks also clinched the other day too. They are at 100 points for the first time in a while. We're gonna see Vancouver in I guess, a proper playoff since 2015,
Yeah,
which is gonna be. I mean, the ticket prices what's it called? Was it Rogers Arena? Is that what
Rog-
theirs is called?
Rogers, please.
Rogers Place. I'm thinking of Edmonton, but their tickets prices are going like pretty high for 300s. I will say. I was
Yeah,
looking.
but I mean,
Canucks
their
fans are not
playoff.
happy about.
Yeah, but their
But they
playoff
as much money.
run.
Well, they haven't made any playoff revenue in a long time. So,
But
but
again,
those are the only. Continue.
no, but again, like their playoff. run won't be long anyway. So I mean, they got to get as
Won't
much
be
money.
long. As of right now, they play the Preds, so
Yeah,
that would be an
well,
interesting matchup there.
come on.
But looking at the other teams that haven't clinched, Edmonton are pretty close to clinching. So are the Jets. But I want to talk about Winnipeg for a second. The Jets have been trash over these
Yep.
past, I want to say 7 games. I think they've lost 7 in a row. I'm looking at their thing here. So they beat the
They-
Rangers. They beat the Rangers about like 2 weeks ago. They lose to the Devils. They lose to the Islanders. They get shut out by the Caps. They lose to the Oilers in overtime. They lose to Vegas. Lose to the Sens. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row.
I mean,
Didn't we predict?
as long as the Jets keep losing, bro, I think everyone's happy. Like, bro, again, they're just not doing nothing, bro. Like, they could keep losing, bro. They could keep winning. I don't care, bro. When it comes to playoff time, bro, they're not beating the Avs. Like, sorry, like it's just not gonna happen.
Really not because I mean they're just trash. And now
This
again they play the Kings. They host the Kings tonight. That's going to be an important game.
huge game,
Do they?
massive.
They've been bad. They've been really bad. I don't know what's going on. They play the Kings, the Flames, then they play the Wild, they play the Preds, the
Oh my,
Stars. That
oh
bro,
my goodness, bro. Yo,
it's
that's
a
bro.
tough. You've got to. I mean, you know what's crazy is that they could fall to that wild card one spot. If
How many
I mean
games?
that's a tough schedule, bro. Like LA tonight, who are trying to secure their spot in the playoffs, which I think they will. They play the Flames. Okay, they probably beat the Flames. They play the Wild, who are also looking to make the
The Wild
playoffs. I
need
mean,
it.
they
Like,
they did pull the goalie against Vegas and get scored on, so they got no points in that game. They're still fighting.
yo,
They're still fighting. Then they go to Nashville. So they go to Minnesota, then they go to Nashville. They go to oh my god, they literally go to Dallas, and then they go to Colorado. Uh, woof.
yo,
It's gonna be tough.
oh
That is
god.
gonna be
Okay,
so
they desperately need
realistically.
they like
They need
need
this.
bro. Like it's bro. Dude, if they don't win tonight, where are they gonna get their next win? Like, come on.
Well, hold on. Let's hypothetically, would you rather, if I'm Winnipeg, would you rather play Colorado in the first round, or would you rather, if you know Dallas is going to win the West, would you rather drop down to wild card one and play Vancouver? I'd rather play Vancouver, to be
Oh,
honest.
Vancouver, bro. Come on.
So, I mean, maybe with the Jets, maybe if Nashville ends up passing Winnipeg and they, they end up playing the Avalanche, if the Jets drop down and play Vancouver, I think that's a more favorable matchup for the Jets. I
Maybe
mean,
they'll
it's
just
more. I feel like it'd be a more balanced series.
yeah. Maybe they'll just like continue to lose on purpose. They'll be like, okay, like it's the Canucks. Like, might as well. Like, because
Two fraudulent teams in the first round.
I'll go like 7 games because like they're both trash. So I mean, like it doesn't really matter, you know. But like, still, like I don't know, man. The Jets, dude, if the Jets don't win tonight, bro, they could lose another like 5 in a row. So honestly, I don't know what's happening with them. They need that win tonight against the Kings. Kings need a win too. So again, it'll be another good matchup. So I guess we'll see. Because I don't know.
Yeah, they need a win, bro. They haven't won in 6 games. They got 1 point, I think. Yeah, against the who was it? Who was it? I'm looking here.
Rangers, but
No, it
then
was the Oilers. They lost in overtime.
oh yeah, an OT where they lost
Yeah, they
again.
lost the game. So they got 1 point in their last like 6 games, which is not
Good,
good.
good. That's very
And
good.
then that game against Ottawa, man. Oof, I don't know how you. I
You
don't know how they lost that one. Hockey Night in
know,
Canada, bro, and they end up losing that game. They were they weren't even playing good either. They weren't getting a lot of chances. And then I saw Monahan at the end like miss an open net. I think it hit like
oh
the
yeah.
heel of the puck hit the heel of his stick, and he just put it wide. And he looked at the camera and he's just like, oh. And then that just sums up like that right there. Like just we just don't think the Jets are gonna be that good in the playoffs. There's just no, I can't see it, bro. I can't see it.
Yeah. And bro, talk about this quick thing on the Sens. Bro, the Sens are kind of cooking right now. They won like 6 in a row. I'm like, bro, okay, a
Yeah, but
little too like
they won 5 in a row, but they're still not making the
yeah.
playoffs.
But it's like, bro,
They're
like
still
now you
points
want to win
back. Yeah, that's the thing. They have this. The problem with the Sens is they always have such a poor start, and then they start to pick it up at like the end of the season.
Yeah, and it's like
So,
it's
like,
it's
they're
done
10
already.
points
Like,
back. They're 10 points back in Detroit.
like
They're definitely not. But I
bro.
think also I'm looking here. The Flyers Islanders are playing like tonight. I think if the
Tonight.
Flyers win, I think they eliminate the like. I think they secure. like the Islanders from making the playoffs because there's just this huge of a gap. How many points are they at? Like they're like I think like 5 or 6 out of the spot or behind the Flyers. So, dude,
Islanders.
all these games today are going to be intense. Like Leafs Panthers because it's a type of game. Detroit Tampa Bay because Detroit's trying to make the playoffs, and Flyers Islanders because the wild card race is just intense. Nothing's
Yeah.
really happening in the West. I mean, St. Louis all has a big game tonight against the Oilers. Does St. Louis still get in? I mean, they've played one extra game more than LA, and they are 5 points back.
I don't really know because when you look at I saw the Blues schedule and they play like the Ducks, the Sharks, and the Hawks like 3 games in a row. They play Saturday, Sunday, then they play next week. So I mean, if they can win,
Let's look. Let's Google their schedule right now and see.
they play Nashville as well on Wednesday.
Yeah, they play Nashville Thursday. They play Edmonton today. They play the Sharks, they play the Ducks, and they play the Blackhawks. They play the
Must win.
Canes. So they need to win. I think out of these next 5 games, if they take like 3, I'm pretty sure they'll be like right there.
Yeah.
It's like
Like
it's really tightening up. I think Minnesota's done too. I think they're finished.
yeah.
Calgary's finished. It's literally a battle between St. Louis and Los Angeles, and then in the Eastern Conference, it's literally a battle between Detroit and Philly. I think Washington's probably going to take that. I would like to see Washington Carolina in the first round. That would be a really
Yeah.
good series.
That's off against his former
Of
team.
his
Like
14.
uh,
Yeah, man. I mean, with a
Jesus.
20-point gap, you'd expect the Hurricanes to just, like mop the floor with them. The last
True.
time Washington was in the playoffs, they gave Florida a pretty good fight. So
True. But we'll see though. I don't
well,
know.
it's heating up. Like I'm looking at
Yeah.
all these games tonight.
They're like half
Next
an hour
games.
up. Cyprus.
Yeah, the Leafs play in half an hour. I'm looking at the odds here. What are the odds? So it looks Tampa's a favorite tonight.
Yeah.
Florida's a favorite tonight. And in the other intense game, the Flyers are actually favorites tonight, minus 124 to win.
Wow. Okay. Really?
So I mean, it's gonna be intense tonight.
Intense.
Must watch games. I'm gonna have all three. I'm gonna have my one monitor with one game, couple tabs with another game. I'm gonna be watching tonight. That's for sure.
Ready. Every game on, bro. Like, who cares, bro? Like, every single game, bro. Like, this is must-win hockey now for like every team, bro. Like, let's go.
Pretty soon, the rest of the teams are gonna clinch, and our NHL brackets are gonna be made. We are gonna make those, and we're gonna put those out here on the podcast for you guys to see because I also want to see your guys' brackets because I want to see who you guys think are going to win the cup. I'm not going to say it now who I think is going to win. I'm going to save that for the bracket, but I don't know, man. I think it could be coming out of the Eastern Conference.
I
Could
mean,
the
maybe.
Avalanche? I mean, the Avalanche could get 2 in 3 years. You never know.
Hopefully,
I,
maybe.
I'm not. I'm not going to say my pick now, but I mean, it's definitely a cup contender. I don't see any Cinderella stories like what we almost saw last year, and then Montreal a couple years ago. Definitely not happening.
Yeah, no, I don't see that. But I don't know, man. Well, it'll be interesting. I mean, tonight, huge night, so we'll see how it goes. But
And
um,
we're gonna conclude this podcast talking about the Jays quickly. They just had their home opener, or sorry, their home opening series against the Rays. Went 2-2. They absolutely crushed the first game, 8-2. The next day they get crushed, I think 9-2 or whatever. Saturday they lose, but Sunday they pull off the win. So they're 2-2 to start the season. They needed at least a split in Tampa Bay.
yeah, yeah, 2-2. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, they always struggle in Tampa Bay anyway, so I mean, getting 2 wins is fine. They do play against the Astros tonight in Houston, so we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Houston has started 0-4, so they're probably gonna want to
Oh,
win.
really?
Yeah, they lost all 4 games to the Yankees. So yeah, that's not good for us. But we'll see. We will see.
How many
But yeah.
Jays games are we going to this year? Because the tickets are
Uh
like cheap.
minimum 35.
Okay, 35. What do you think
Yeah.
this is? Ticket holder at this. I don't know. We're gonna definitely go to a few, but we're
Yeah.
gonna see you. We're gonna be at the game on Wednesday. Leafs Tampa Bay. If we didn't say it already. We're excited for that game because playoff implications are in the way there. Because Tampa Bay could pass the Leafs. The Leafs could drop down to a wild card. You never know. You never know what's gonna happen. But we're gonna wrap it up here, everybody. Well, we're gonna probably see you guys on Friday. Last week we just had a lot of stuff. It was Good Friday. We're both working. Just a busy week for the both of us. But we're gonna try and get another one up Friday, talking about our experience at Scotiabank Arena Wednesday. That'll be fun. And if you have any final thoughts, Justin, before we wrap it up?
Um, no, nothing really. Just hype for tonight. Jay's cooking, sort of. And yeah, bro. Like, let's get this going, bro. Like, Leafs on Wednesday, Leafs tonight, bro. Let's go. Like, I'm hyped.
Playoffs coming soon. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this edition of the podcast. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and tell all your friends. And listen, playoffs coming soon. Brackets will be out soon. And we're gonna put that on YouTube. Also follow our Twitter at the AJ Sports Podcast. And just yeah, that's it, guys. Take it easy, and we'll see you guys on Friday. Go Leafs, go.